Hey, what's up, guys? Happy Sunday. So, I just want to give a shout out to my boy Perry who saved my bacon this morning. I've been kind of drinking the Kool-Aid, as they say, with regards to the Spark2 amp. I was all set to get it, and the little Control X thing, and the bag, and all that kind of stuff. Battery. Thought it was cool, you know? There's been a ton of videos out about it. And he kind of pointed out to me that the Spark app, obvious stuff, you can go in there and use it offline and see what's going on. So I did that. Now, it really would have been a mistake for me. There's something with the desktop amps, and I've been messing around with these things now for 2-3 years. 2021, got the first Katana. I was always with the water. The Boss stuff, as it so happens, as you'll all know if you follow this channel, has 2 delays. It used to be quite tricky to go through the BTS app and turn them on. You'd have to turn on reverb and delay 2 for the Mark 1 Katana. But with the Go, it's right there in front of you. With the Katana AREX and using our apps, Stefan just made it real simple. You can set up 2 delays. You can do 2 different counter times. It even like subdivides between them and it sounds like this. With the dual pans that are going like that, you know, really stuff that I would use for cinematics and that sort of stuff is there. Stupidly, I assumed that a Spark would do that. No, it doesn't. So I went and looked at the Yamaha THR as well. And even that, weirdly enough, only had the 1 delay. So while I'm sure that'll be fine for the vast majority of people, just 1 delay or 1 reverb, I started looking at all the other things, and you've basically, in the Spark, only got 7 blocks. You can choose EQ or mod, or, you know, if you go and look at it, it was nothing like what I was expecting, and it's really what this video is about. Check this stuff out. I assumed that because I've been using Bias FX and Bias Amp from 2014 onward to 2018, before I hit the Helix world, I stupidly assumed that these amps would actually do some sort of parallel processing, or it would be Bias FX in an amp. You know what I mean? No. So immediately my head goes into, okay, well, how can you fix this? Or how can you go about, you know, maybe I can just go out through the thing or use a U-looper or do something and then add a decent dual delay, like for doing the halo effect, an Andy Timmons thing. You need 2 delays. It's something that's my bread and butter in all the sounds that I produce. So, you know, big shout out to Perry and thank you, but kind of embarrassing. I thought maybe, you know, when you're being bombarded by all of this marketing hoo-ha, and there's been a ton of it, and, you know, for me, that Spark2 thing looked great, and I thought, okay, that would be a great partner to go next to the Katana AREX. It could sit on the other side, it had a nice wall of sound, both battery-powered, blah, 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 blah. It really wouldn't have worked. It would have been a disaster for me, so, you know, there's that, but who knows, you know? I really dig doing the beta thing, but at a certain point in time, you've got to go through the stuff. So, you know, I went through all the manuals. I went through all the control stuff. And frankly, this time around, it just wasn't for me. And, you know, I'm glad I caught it in time. I'm glad Perry was around. I'm glad the community is around to sort that stuff out. And I really hope Positive Grid comes up with something with the DSP internally and the bolts to do what I would consider normal, dual DSPs or dual overdrives or a compressor and a wah to get, you know, like a normal rig. If they did, I would buy it for sure. You know, I really dig that. I think that these desktop amps, the Go, all that kind of stuff. All this stuff that you've got there for Boss, maybe we shouldn't just be taking this for granted. Look around at all the other stuff. You know, if you have suggestions for a good desktop amp that could be an alternative to the Boss one, I'd be all ears. At this point, I'm thinking, well, maybe stick with a Gen 3 with the single speaker, but really, I want battery powered pickup, drive and go. And unfortunately, you can't have two Katana Airs together and control them easily. It will become a mess with all the remote stuff. So, end of chat. But friendly reminder to all the folks out there, you know, watch yourself around the Kool-Aid stand and you know, maybe don't drink the stuff or dig deep into doing this before you go and make a purchase. You know? You just saved me 550 friggin' euro, Perry. Thank you. Good on you, man.